to talk about Albert Einstein. Okay. Do you know who he is? Albert Einstein? Lin Zhuan, do you know who this person is?
Yes, I know. He invent
He is a
he is a sorry, let me think about it. He is the scientist.
scientist. Okay, yeah, he is a
And
scientist.
he found and no, he invented 原子炸弹. Sorry.
Did he? Did he? Oh, I
啊，
didn't know. I thought it was someone else.
因为他发明了原子炸弹不是吗？
Oh, 是哦. Oh, okay. I
对，
thought it was someone else. Maybe I
no,
thought about dynamite, somebody else. Okay, okay.
呃
So, Hefang, do you know anything about Albert Einstein?
Yes,
Anything,
I know.
anything about it? Anything you know about him? Could you share a little bit?
I know him because he's very smart and very
Yes.
famous.
Yes, he was very smart. IQ, he has a very high IQ. Who said that might be the smartest person known in this world? Might be. Okay, it could be somebody else. Okay, but he was extremely smart, and he was famous, of course. All right. And Lily, do you know anything? Can you give us a little bit information
Yes,
about Albert Einstein?
Einstein is a great scientist.
Uh-huh.
He studied very diligent in science, so get the world more benefit.
Okay, yeah, he was awarded countless times for his contribution to the human society. And today we are just going to talk about a little bit about him. So that's why it says here in introduction, only an introduction, because there's so much about him that we can discuss, we can talk about. But here's very little about him. All right. So this word, earlier we used the word scientist, but there are so many kinds of scientists. Okay, he is this kind. Physicist. There are three is a Z sound here, and another S sound here, and another S sound here. So it's not easy to read. Okay, let me use Google, Yahoo to pronounce it.
Physicist.
Physicist. Physicist. Okay, so to me this word is difficult to pronounce. Okay, physicist. Physicist. Okay. And he was originally born in Germany. Okay. He was from 2 centuries ago. Okay. Right now it's 21st century, right? So this is 19th century. All right. Okay. Last time I asked you to do homework, counting how many words you can read aloud in a minute. That is useful for checking our pronunciation, our intonation, and the understanding of the passage that we are reading. There's another way to do it, is we read it silently. We don't pronounce it. We don't read it aloud. That's another way to do it. And reading silently can help us to speed up the reading progress. Okay, it can help us to read faster and faster, help us to understand more about this passage that we are reading. So later in maybe next week, we will start doing that in class instead of reading aloud. Okay, there are different ways to handle it. So we will try more of the common ways to do it. All right, so but today we still go for reading aloud. So we have three of you here. So each of you can take turns to read the paragraph. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5 paragraphs. Okay, so let me see. So Lily and the Hefang, Rudy. All right, and this paragraph is long, so we cut it here. All right, so we cut it here. So again, Lily, Hefang, Hefang and Rudy. Okay, so each of us will do it twice. Right now, I want all of you to spend 2 minutes silently to read through this passage, okay? The whole thing, 2 minutes only. I'm going to count the time here. And so I need you to stop when I tell you to stop, okay? Okay, now let's go. Okay, 2 minutes, don't read it aloud, 就是 silently， 就是默读，所以这个是看速度。All right, now start. Get started.
Albert Einstein
No,
was
silently, Lily, silently. 我们现在默
silent.
读，2分钟2分钟，我们把课文全部看完，不是只有你的部分哦。全部看完，2分钟看你能看多少，然后我们再做 reading aloud， 好不好 ？OK， 好，大家就是我们就设计2分钟哈。Hands up. All right. Who finished the whole passage? Who finished the whole passage?
No.
谁全部都读完这样的？其实是大概2分半钟啦。谁全部都读完了 ？Rudy, did you finish the whole passage?
No,
No?
I have.
How
No,
far did you
I-
go? How far
I
did you?
left the 2 line.
Two line left. You have 2 lines left.
Yes,
Okay.
I
What
have
about
2 line
Hefang?
left.
What about 何方？
I building on his theory along the way。我到那边老师。
在哪里第几个 paragraph？这个一个
是
paragraph 就可以算。
第
The fourth
四段的
paragraph.
最后一项。
Oh, okay, good. Not too bad. Okay, only 4 lines left. What about you, Lily?
Yes, I finished.
You finish it? Okay.
Yes.
So by using this way, okay, you know how fast you can go. All right. But for if we do this kind of a reading, it's trying to build up your speed and your comprehension of the whole passage. 这样这种默读的方式是训练我们的阅读速度，就是越来越快。那之前我们大声念出来的是主要是练习我们的发音跟语调 ，OK， 还有看你会不会知道说哪里要做停顿这个哪个是一个片语这个段落要稍暂停的就是抓那个，所以他抓的东西是不一样的。那这2种我们都要练习 ，OK， 那第一次读一定不会第2次快，第2次一定会变快，因为你已经读过1次了。OK， 好，但是我们不要为了快而快你要读完，你要知道你读了什么东西，你可以讲出来你刚刚读了什么吗？什么重点你有看到吗？这些都要列入你说你读完了的时候的考虑。我读完了，你看到了什么？你抓到什么重点？这个要包括在你所说的读完里头这样子才能够加强我们的阅读速度。以后读到难篇的时候，困难度高的篇章的时候呢，我们速度才有办法加快，而不用说一直花时间解释。OK， 好，那就只要标单字就可以了，提醒单字就可以了All right, so now let's come back to it. So Lily has finished. Ludi has 2 more lines. And Hefang has 4 more lines. So pretty good, actually, all pretty good. All right, okay. So now let's read aloud.
Okay.
现在我们大声读哈。
Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a physicist and a professor who was born in Ulm, Germany in 1879. From an early age, Albert Einstein was interested in learning.
Very good.
At the age of 10, he set up a program of study for himself, reading extensively about science. He also studied violin and piano, establishing a love of music that carried into adulthood.
At age 17, Einstein graduated high school and enrolled in the Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, Switzerland. There, he fell in love with fellow student Meliva Merrick. After graduation, Einstein spent 2 years looking for teacher work, finally taking a job at the Swiss patent office. Sorry.
Okay. In 1903, the position became permanent, and in the same year, Einstein and Merrick married. The pair had 3 children before they divorced in early 1990. In 1990, and Merrick 跳行了。In 1995, Einstein was awarded a PhD by the University of Zurich. That same year.
Okay, let's stop here. We stop here. Let Hefang carry on. Hefang, go.
uh, in
That same year.
that same year, he published four important papers on physics, including the one containing his famous equation. He began to important. He began to attain recognition for his work and was hired as a lecturer at the University of Bern in Switzerland in 1908. From there, he went on to more and greater positions, refining and building on his theory along the way.
In 1919, he married Elsa Lowenthal, and in 1933, they immigrated to the United States to escape the dangers of Nazi Germany. They settled in Princeton, New Jersey, where Einstein took a post at the Institute for Advanced Study. He continued to work on his theories for the remainder of his life, and his work remains some of the most important in the history of theoretical physics.
Okay, very good job. Very good job. All right. People pretty much like this person, Albert Einstein. But he has his shortcomings as well. So later when we have time, we will take a look at it about his marriage. All right. But let's go through this page first. Okay, so Albert Einstein was a physicist and a professor who was born in Ulm, Germany. Okay, if it's the country, we read it Germany, Germany. Okay, if it's the person from that country, we read it as German. He's German. It's German. Okay, so German, Germany, different. Be careful. In 1879, from an early age, so when he was young, Albert Einstein was interested in, okay, underline please, interested in, somebody was or is interested in something. All right, so you always use this in something, and the something here use ing. 好，这是一个常见的片语哈，对什么东西感兴趣？对某人对某个东西感兴趣，用 interested in 前面用 be 动词啊。All right, so it was easy. At the age of 10, so when you talk about how old the person is, okay, when did he start? He started at the age of 10. 10岁的时候 at the age of 10. 这是我们在讲年龄的一个讲法啊。He set up a program of study for himself. OK， 他就设计了一个 program， 设计一个课程。OK， 好 ，for himself. Reading extensively, extensive, a lot, very broad, many different kinds. So extensively about science. So he didn't just read physics. He didn't read just for this or that. He read a lot, different kinds. All right, so extensively. He also studied violin, 3 syllables, violin, okay, violin, this, okay, okay, a musical instrument that we can use, okay, and the piano. So he established means built, okay, he built, okay, he built a love of music that will carry into adulthood. people can pronounce this word as adulthood or adulthood. Either way is good. All right. At age 17, Einstein graduated high school. 高中毕业了 graduate high school. So next time when you want to write something or say something about graduation, because I graduate high school, I graduate college. Okay, this is the way to do it. And enrolled means you joined. Okay, means he went to that school. Enrolled here means he went to a certain school. Went to a certain school. So I go to certain school. I go to some college. Went to past tense. All right. Enroll in the federal. 这里我们就把它翻译成联邦，因为它国家是好几个州或者省份合起来的，那每一个州每个省份就是一个邦，所以 federal 就是联邦，就是联合的。Federal Institute 这个单字呢，一定是用在跟学问学术，大部分用在学问学术做研究的地方才会用这个单词 Institute of Technology in Zurich, Switzerland, 苏黎世There he fell in love, okay, with fellow student 同学fellow student Mileva Marik. After graduation, Einstein spent 2 years. Okay, so another a phrase. Okay, spend energy or time 这个片语是 spend 时间或者精力做什么事情，那你要记得后面是要 ing 这边的这个动词要用 ing. Spent 2 years looking for teaching work. Okay. Finally taking a job at the Swiss Patent Office. Patent 专利 Swiss Patent Office 就是Swiss 是瑞典那 Switzerland 是瑞士不同的国家所以他在瑞典的专利局工作。Right. In 1903, okay, you can read 1903 or 1903. Either way is good. The position, the position means this position, this job, okay? So this position became permanent. Permanent means forever, until you retire or until you die, mean permanent. All right, and in the same year, he got married. The pair, when you get married, there are two people, husband and wife. Or now wife and wife or husband and husband. Okay, and anyway, the two people, so the pair. So when we talk about a pair, we are talking about two. Okay, a pair of shoes, a pair of glasses, a pair of the pair. Okay, and 3 children before their divorce. They divorced, so they got divorced later on. Okay, 16 years later, they got divorced. Okay. You know why he got divorced? Because he had an affair with his cousin. So that's what I want you to read later. Okay. So in 1905, he was awarded. Okay, he was awarded. 他就awarded. Someone gave it to him. Someone gives something to him. Usually, when you use this awarded, we are talking about a present or a recognition or a medal, all right, or a frame, all right. So 他被授予 okay, in Chinese, okay. Yeah, okay, 授予 okay. So he was awarded a PhD. PhD 是我们做的博士学位If you use PhD, we are talking about 学术方面的。如果你的博士学位我们是用 PhD 的这个单字的话，通常就是告诉你这是一个学术学位，这个 PhD. 那 sometimes we will hear people use doctor 呢也是博士，可是呢医生也叫 doctor， 所以当你用 doctor 的时候呢，你要搞清楚它是医学院的这种 doctor 还是PhD 方面的 doctor。那但是我们如果用 PhD 的话，表示它是个学术的一个职务。OK， 好，就是在做学问上面用的比较多但是也可以叫做 doctor 因为它的这个像我们现在是学士学位嘛，大学毕业学士学位，硕士毕业就是master degree， 对不对？那 PhD 就是 doctoral degree， 就是博士学位了博士学位里面可以有个 PhD。OK， 好，这样子清楚哈。So by the University of Zurich, okay, that same year he published 发表了 published 4 important papers。好，复数papers， 这个 papers 用在这种地方一定是指它的文件、它的报告、它的学术研究，不是指一张纸、2张纸的 paper 一张纸、2张纸呢，它会用 a piece of paper。OK， 好，这边是指它的学术报告、学术研究它用 paper。在我们学术单位里面，我们讲 paper 一定是讲这种居多不会讲一张纸、2张纸。OK，on physics，OK， 它是物理的including 这边又是分词构句了临专the one containing his famous E equals mc square， E 等于 mc square 根号这个的次方这个是非常有名的，它的一个equation 它的这个方程式equation 一个方程式，最有名的方程式就是在这个时候呢发表的in 1905 began attend recognition 呢就是人家都知道他了，人家都晓得他了就 attend recognition 人家都认识他了 recognition OK， 也就是得到了名声名望的意思 recognition attend 得到for his work and was hired okay as a lecturer remember early on he was looking for a teaching job okay he was looking for a teaching job but ended he was looking for a teaching work finally 他去的那个 Swiss patent office 工作，所以那时候他没有得到 teaching job only here okay later on he became a lecturer at Swiss Bern 伯恩in Switzerland 又回到瑞士了in Bern in 1908 do you know why he's always in Switzerland 理由有2个瑞士这个国家很有趣第一个呢，它通常保持中立 neutral position， 表示说他不选边站，打战的时候他说我绝对不参与，我是中立的国家，所以你们不要来打我。所以很多人喜欢去瑞士的原因在这里，它不会有战争。OK， 但是这个国家呢它有它的特色，它很高嘛所以很多人那个时候在欧洲的地方呢，它是很美的地方，是一个代表清净洁净的地方所以 Switzerland。 All right， from there he went on to he went on to 他继续做more and greater positions， 就得到了更多人家的 recognition， 然后有得到更重要的 position 这边指的是职务。OK， 这边的 position 就是我们前面有看到一个这个 post， 前面有看到一个单字 post。 OK， 好 post 是一个职务，这个 position 也是一个职务OK， 好 refining 这边是把它做得更好 and building on his theories along the way。 好，记得吗？它这里有 E equals mc square 这个是一个 theory。 OK， 好，那他路上一直 along the way， 就是这个期间他一直都在做这件事情 along the way。 All right, the last paragraph. In 1919 he married Elsa Lowenthal，OK，这是德文字哈，就不会发音哈。它是 Elsa，好，这个 Elsa was his cousin. I went on to look for more information and found that this lady was his cousin and was 1 or 2 years older than Einstein. Okay, see, he got divorced, remarried. He married for the second time in 1919, but he got divorced in early 1919. So he got divorced early in that year and got married later that year. Okay, so that's Albert Einstein. Okay, we seldom talk about his marriage, but that's he was. Okay, actually, when I read about his second marriage, the information told me that he started with an affair with Elsa early, even before he was still married. Okay, so he was cheated on his wife. It was really bad on him, right? Very bad. But people seldom talk about this part. All right, okay. In 1933, they immigrated. OK， 这边是指移居，正式的搬到另外一个国家 to the United States to escape the danger of a Nazi Germany. OK 啊，那时候纳粹德国的纳粹主义他逃掉了哈，逃到美国去了啊。好。They settled in Princeton, New Jersey. 普林斯顿哈，就是在纽约纽泽西州那边where Einstein took a post. OK， 就是我刚刚讲的这个 post 就是这个 post 指的是他的教学工作at the Institute for Advanced Study. OK， 在普林斯顿大学在那边教书He continued to work on his theories for the remainder of his life. 对，一生中都在持续做研究 ，and his work remains some of the most important in the history of the theoretical physics 理论的方面，因为很多是无法证实的，无法找出的确是如此吗？所以它是在理论上的这个物理OK。All right, so this is the piece about Albert Einstein. All right, so let's read it one more time, and then we will go for our answering part. Okay. All right. Let me clear this. Okay. Be careful of the word that I remind you earlier. All right. Okay, Lily, please go.
Albert Einstein was a physicist and a professor who was born in Ullmann, Germany in 1879. From an early age, Albert Einstein was interested in learning.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Are you here? Open
Chào
your
mừng老
mic.
师。
Oh,
有
okay. All right, good. At the age of 10.
In the age of 10, he set up a program of study for himself, reading extensively about science. He also studied violin and piano. Yes. Establishing a love of music that would carry into adulthood.
At age 17, Einstein graduated high school and enrolled in the Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, Switzerland. There, he fell in love with fellow student Mylliver marriage. After graduation, Einstein spent 2 years fellow student looking for teaching work, finally taking a job at the Swiss patent office.
In 1803, the position became permanent, and in the same year, Einstein and Marek married. The pair had 3 children before they divorced in early 1990. And Marek married. In 1905, Einstein was awarded a PhD by the University of Zurich.
Very good. Thank you.
Zurich.
Okay, good. Welcome.
That same year, he published 4 important papers on physics, including the one containing his famous equation. He began to attain recognition for his work. His work hired as a literature, thus at the University of Bern in Switzerland in 1908. Attained recognition for his art. From there, he went on to more and greater positions, refining and building on his theories along the way.
Sorry, okay. In 1919, he married Elsa Lowenthal, and in 1933, they immigrated to the United States to escape the dangers of Nazi Germany. They settled in Princeton, New Jersey, where Einstein took a post at the Institute for Advanced Study. He continued to work on his theories for the remainder of his life, and his work remains some of the most important in the history of theoretical physics.
Very good, thank you. This word, okay, we should pronounce this E as emigrated, or I think it's easier because there's another word mean immigrated. Okay, it sounds very similar. So let's put it into
emigrate.
Emigrate means you move to another country permanently and officially emigrated. Okay, all right, very good job, thank you. All right, so number one, what evidence from the text support the following statement? Okay, so this sentence, Albert Einstein was an avid learner. Avid means you study very hard, you do it yourself. Okay, that's the word avid means. So from what evidence you can find from above that he was an avid learner? I think it's a paragraph 1 here. What's the evidence that you can find that support that he was an avid learner? Here, who can tell me? Lily, can you find the answer? Lily?
Yes.
Okay, can you find the answer here?
First number, yes.
Okay, number 1, that we are working on number 1. Albert Einstein was an avid learner. Avid learner means he studied hard. He pushed himself to start to work hard, something like that. Okay, so from what we read here in these 2 paragraphs, what can you find that support that sentence that he was an avid learner?
When he was interested in learning age, teenage, he interested in violin and piano. And
Okay, all right. I think that's good enough. Okay, I think pretty much if I were you, I would choose information from these two sentences. From an early age, he was interested in learning. At the age of 10, he set up a program of study for himself, reading extensive about science. Okay, this is also another one. Okay, so he liked music and carry on into his adulthood. Okay, all right. So this is very good. Okay, we can find answers in our reading. All right. This number 2 list 3 character traits. 他的人格特质 ，OK, character traits, OK 3要3个哦 that describe Albert Einstein. Okay, I think I will leave this one to you to work at home. All right. Number 2, let's do it at home. Okay, you don't need to write it out. You can underline in your handout. OK 可以在你的 handout 上画线就好了，然后拍照寄给后学就可以了哈，就表示说你有找到这个答案。OK, number 2, 就可以了啊。All right. And number 3, describe the notable accomplishments of Albert Einstein. Same thing. All right, this one you can find answers in this paragraph. Read it just 1 more or 2 more times, then you should be able to find answers. All right. This. Okay. Homework. That's our homework. Today is Monday, so if you can, before tomorrow night, send it to me. Take a photo of your answers. Just underline. You don't need to write it. Okay, save some time and send it to me through private line. Okay. All right. So that's about our passage. This one's easy. I want you to read some more about his affair with his second wife, Elsa Lowenthal. Okay, let me find it in Google. All right, so this is the person. Okay, this is his wife. He's not a beauty. She's not a beauty. She was look old. Okay, but she was Albert Einstein's cousin. Okay, so Elsa Einstein is her last name was Einstein was well. He was Albert Einstein's second wife and the cousins. They're cousins from their mother's side. OK, 所以他们是表兄妹哈，是妈妈那边的亲戚。以前欧洲蛮多哈，这个表兄妹结婚的，以前是很多，现在都比较少了啊。OK, 这个Lowenthal 是他的her first husband, but they got divorced as well. OK, so she divorced her first husband in 1908. OK, all right. Now let's take a look at her early life. They of course they know Albert Einstein and Elsa knew each other from young, of course, because they are cousins, right? But later on, Albert Einstein went to college, and so he left home. Later on, Elsa got married to her first husband. Okay. Then after she divorced her first husband, she reverted to her maiden name. So means that she got her last name, Einstein, back. Okay, right. So after her divorce, 4 years after her divorce, she began a relationship with her cousin Albert Einstein. All right. So because but at this time, Albert was still married to his first wife. So Albert Einstein had an affair. 他外遇哦。这时候 Albert Einstein 他是外遇，他出轨啊，婚姻中出轨。OK， 好，第一个太太还在，他就跟他的表姐哦就有产生了外遇的关系啊。OK， 2 years later, Albert Einstein separated 分居，separated from his first wife. So 2 years later, he got separated. Then 5 years later, he got divorced. But in the same year, Albert Einstein and Elsa got married. So it was bad of him, I would think. 对，男生都这样子哈。All right. Let's talk about later life of Elsa. Later, she got sick. Like remember in what we read earlier that Albert Einstein got a permanent job in Princeton, right? And so they bought a house there. Here it says, okay, they moved to a house at this stress, okay, and they bought that year in 1993. They bought a house and they moved into there. But in a couple of years later, she got sick. She got very sick and died. Very fast. In like as I read, he died 3 years after they moved into the new house. But during this time, Albert Einstein escaped from his trouble because his wife was sick. So he escaped to his study. So he focused on work. That distracted him from Elsa's dying. So at this time, Albert Einstein didn't stay at her sick bed, 她的病床边. He didn't. He instead he focused on working, studying. Okay, so that was his way of escaping. 那他用这个方法来逃避。OK， 好，太太的生病哦。Okay, so he died after a painful illness. 很痛苦的一个疾病啊。Okay, at that time, the medicine practice is not advanced as it is today. So she died a painful death. Okay, all right. So this is something about Albert Einstein, and this part is about his marriage. And but Elsa was really good to Albert Einstein. Why? He was he worked as a guardian of Albert Einstein to control his schedule, helping to avoid people he didn't want to meet, or people who try to trick him, to lie to him, or to come here to gain favors. She works as a guardian, as a keeper of Einstein. So I guess that also proves that Albert Einstein loved her very much. Okay, I think this is one reason. But another is that remember his first wife. His first wife was a fellow student, which means what? She was also a physicist. 她这个第一个太太也是物理学家，which means she probably didn't have much time to devote it to Einstein. She probably spent much of her time working on her own work and taking care of their children. I think it's would say that $2 or something. All right. So I would like you, if it's possible, I'd like you to read about Albert Einstein as well. Do some quick reading. Don't read aloud. 这边就不要大声读了哈，就用默读的方式。This passage is not long, only 1, 2, 3, several paragraph only. So 用速读的方式，就刚刚我们的速读方式。用默读的方式，看你多久可以把它看完啊。Use a timer yourself. You can find a timer and from your cell phone or on the computer. Time yourself. First time, 你第一次把它默读完几分钟，然后可能过个等一下有空再来一次，再做一次，看看你的速度有没有变快，应该会变快因为你第一次读已经得到部分讯息。第二次再读那个讯息，你就可以很快看过去，去找新的讯息。OK， 好，试试看。这个可能你们可能读完这篇可能要10分钟可能要10分钟，看看有没有办法做到10分钟之内，然后到几分钟这样子这样子我们的阅读速度就会开始 build up。